You know, the harsh truth of being African that I had to actually learn in the history books as I became a historian is that the western part of Africa is actually cursed because they sold their people into slavery. If you really read into slavery, you understand so much deeper into why the Western world is where it is. I mean, the Western part of Africa is the way it is. I married into a very powerful last name. And when I started doing my research on my ex-husband's family's last name, I found out that his family was known as being one of the biggest slave traders and sellers. Like, that was his bloodline. That's how they made their money. And when I brought it up, he was like, oh, don't say that, don't say that. A lot of Africans don't also want to take responsibility for the fucked up shit that they did to cause the 400 years of slavery. A lot of them don't take that. And that's something that's going to always be a problem until we have that harsh conversation, which is why it's always like, it perplexes me when I see Africans have such an arrogance and think they're better than Black Americans, when I'm looking at you like, all this is the bloodline of your ignorant family members all the way back, right? But when I have these conversations, people get mad at me. But these are facts. You can go through the slave trade. It started off with Africans, Western Africans, selling off war criminals, then debtors. This is shit that if you don't read and know your history, your past, you won't know your future. But like I said, the Western African hemisphere is cursed because of the slave trade.
They say we're xenophobic. They say we're divisive. They say we're anti-African. But Miss Jorji is a proud Nigerian of Igbo descent, and she is unapologetic when it comes to speaking the truth about the anti-FBA sentiments that are prevalent within African cultures. She is known as the African Bad Girl, and she is joining us on today's episode of SincereluvdagodCast. What are they gonna say now?
Yo family, real quick, I'm proud to announce the soft launch of Sincereluvdagod's new book, From the Womb to Illmatic, a hip-hop inspired blueprint for unlocking your child's inner genius. This ain't your average parenting book, this is for the culture, inspired by Illmatic, built around his own son Seven's early development, and packed with real tools to help parents turn everyday moments into genius-level learning. If you've ever wanted to give your child a head start without losing your roots, this book is for you. Available now on Amazon. Order now and leave a 5-star review. You already know, we raising brilliance around here.
Hi, I'm Seven, and I'm the Super Harry. That means I ask big questions, I make big moves, and I come from something powerful. In this series, I broke through change, embraced my culture, and unlocked the gifts that my ancestors gave me. These books are for kids like me, kids with heart, with pride, and with big dreams. Come join the journey. Collect all 4 Seven the Super Hero books and unlock your power. Available on Amazon and Kindle now. Order your copy today.
Here's the way it is. You live in direct relation to the poets, the heroes, and the sheroes you have. Always honor the elders. Then you honor yourself. Honor women. You honor yourself. Honor men. You honor yourselves.
Yes, indeed. Peace and black love, family. Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, back in the house once again with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl, with the lovely bundles going on over there.
Bundles
I see
is
you.
bundling again. Yes.
What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody?
Oh, let me get in the chat.
Y'all go ahead. As y'all coming up in here, y'all know what to do, family. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button for us and share this out on your social media platforms. Let the family know that we are live right now. We got a very good, interesting conversation coming up for y'all. It's going to be another hot one. Y'all know how we do around here, but we got a special guest in the building today as well.
Yes.
So let everybody know that we are live right now.
My camera.
We getting ready to chop it up. Chop it up. So y'all come on up in here, like, share, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we upload new content or go live right here on SincereluvdagodCast. Y'all know we try to do this every Sunday around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. And so we on time today, goddammit.
We are.
We on time. And we've been very consistent. We was here last week. We was on time. Right. And I don't know if y'all got to check out I don't know if y'all got a chance to check out the broadcast from last night. I had on our sister Brooke and our sister K Fighter, and we did part 1 of the reaction to the Umar Johnson Dafa nonsense.
The Prince of Pork and Beans.
But it was heavy. It was a heavy one. It was a heavy one, man. The ladies came through with the heat. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, make sure you go check out the replay. And we're going to be doing part 2 tomorrow. I'm going to have the brothers on. We'll have Brother Chad on. And I'm going to have President Divine on. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to do part 2 to that and, you know, finish breaking down the rest of the talking points from the video because it was so much. I mean, we was on for like an hour and we was only, I'm saying the first hour that we were on, we were only 5 minutes into the video of breaking down the video. So yeah, it's a lot. But again, it was a hot one, man. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And again, y'all stay tuned for tomorrow. But today is going to be another hot one as well, man. Of course. Today is going to be another hot one as well. And we got a dope guest coming through today. And I ain't going to waste too much time, man. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring her on. And so she is known as the African Bad Girl. And she be, from what I understand, because I know I'm not on TikTok like that, but I recently came across some of her content on Instagram, and she's a Nigerian sister that be letting the tetherism be known. She's not letting none of that shit slide. She be calling it out, telling it like it is. And so I automatically had to give her props and her respect. And I asked her if she would be willing to come on and chop it up with us over here. And she immediately accepted. She was down to come through. And so I want y'all to give a warm welcome to our guest today, Miss Jorji, the African Bad Girl, is in the building. Welcome to the Godcast, beloved. Your camera is off.
And her name, of course, speaks for itself, because I'm sure right now they're considering her real bad for, you know, checking the foolery.
That's so weird. My camera is on my end.
Yeah, all we see is a black screen right now. Yeah. We can hear you though. We can hear you.
Okay, let me re-enter because I don't know why it's doing that. My camera is on.
Okay, try to go out and come back in.
Okay, let's do that. All right, I'll be back.
All right. So while she's getting that camera together again, y'all make sure y'all liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that good stuff. Man, it's getting crazy out here in the world right now.
Right, we're Iran and America along with Israel's at war.
Mm-hmm. It's getting real hot out here right now.
Hot in these streets.
Shout out to Mama Love in the building with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, Mama Love. Somebody said Jesus Christ is in the earth right now. Shout out to Matt. Is Jesus Christ in the earth? Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'll let y'all have that one.
And outside of obviously, you know, the war with Iran, there was some type of mass shooting
right
today.
I don't think that's really outside though. I don't think that's outside.
Was in DC. I'm sorry. There was a mass stabbing in DC, and then there was a mass shooting in Texas.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff that's pretty much going on. This happened in Austin, Texas. It says that there was a West African national from Senegal. He was 53 years old. Islamic Quran also found in his car. And basically he went on a mass shooting. He several dead, over a dozen injured. So that was today. Was that today or last night? That was today.
I think it was today or early this morning.
And that happened in Austin, Texas, you guys. So it's a lot going on.
Ironically, where our guest is from. I see you backstage, Miss Jorji, but your camera is still your screen is still black. I don't know what's going on.
I thought she was from Nigeria, not Senegal, right?
She's from Nigeria, yeah. I said she's in Austin right now though.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's in. Okay, gotcha.
She's in Austin with a the shooting took place at. So
That's
I'm trying to
crazy.
trying to give her a chance to get the camera together. Her camera was just looking fine just a
Right.
minute ago.
Just
Camera
saw her.
was just looking fine just a minute ago. So I don't know what's
Whatever
happening right there, but she's gonna
forces,
get it together.
whatever forces that's trying to stop this from happening, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, we know the tethers. Y'all got a lot of hacking skills. Y'all know
Right.
what y'all got going on.
And it's not gonna happen.
y'all got going on. Y'all trying to stop the truth from being heard. Y'all trying to sabotage the broadcast.
And just because said Pakistan attacked the US embassy.
Pakistan?
Yeah. It's a lot going on.
Man, I didn't hear that one.
Right. It's I don't we can barely keep up. Like this morning I was starting to put materials in there. I'm like, God dang, what's going on? This is all today.
Okay, I see you now
I know.
on a different device. Not you.
Okay.
You. It looks like you're on a different device. You want to put it on landscape mode? Hold on. Let me bring you on because I can't hear you. Let me see what's going on.
Okay,
There we
cool.
go.
Yes.
There we
Okay.
go.
I
There we
don't
go.
know what was going on. They try to get me. They've been
They
trying to
trying to
get me.
get you, sis. They
They
trying to
trying
get
to
you.
get me. They don't want me to talk.
Well,
They
welcome to
like,
the
we gonna muzzle
Godcast.
her ass.
Hi.
Welcome to the Godcast.
Thank you
Appreciate you
guys so
coming
much for
through.
having me. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I was just telling the family that I had recently came across some of your content, and you was basically just
Telling it like a TIU.
telling it like it
I have
is.
my foot on next. I have my foot on next. That's why my name is African Bad Girl. I'm not a good girl. I'm a bad one. So
Mm,
I get the bad rep.
Well, you know what?
mm.
Uh, we know this to be true for a lot of people, not just people in the diaspora, right? But some people just don't want to be held accountable.
Accountability is,
Accountability is like, you know what I'm saying, a no for a lot of people.
I think that's something, it's funny, right? I've always known that the world was full of dumb people. And I think when we talk about dumb people, we think it's illiteracy, but it's actually accountability. Like the lack of accountability is also a sign of ignorance, you
Yep.
know? So I think that's really what really motivated me this year. I would say in the last month to really go full centric into like defending FBAs. There was a girl that made a video about how she wanted to put all FBAs in one room and she wanted to bomb them.
And
Mm-hmm.
she lost her job, by the way.
Um, Definitely. And I'm before I got to this is my third TikTok page. I've been like, I get banned every other week. But before that, I'm pretty known on TikTok, and she knew me, and I'm pretty known in the African community too. So she DM'd me when she made the video. I made a video referencing back to her, and I told her she was an idiot for that statement. And I called her out, and she DM'd me privately. I posted it as well, and she told me how I have an allegiance to losers, and she really
What?
used to look up to. Yeah, I can read you. I can read it to you. Hold on, let me see.
Wow.
Yeah, and while you're finding that, Tizzy in the chat says, just want to say this been Jorji. She's always been on
Always been.
FBA side.
Thank
And
you. Yeah, people think it's a surprise. People think it's something new. I just started. I'm like, I've been this way. Now I'm speaking about it louder, but I've been this way for a long time. Oh, this
yeah.
is what she wrote to me. I'll read it. I'm gonna be so for real. I looked up to you as another African girl, but your loyalty to losers will literally get y'all caught up. I made one video out of frustration and pressed post. That was my verbiage. That was horrible, and I spoke out of anger. But now I'm getting harassed by people like you're mischaracterizing me as I'm not off the one video. You will always exist in a space of mediocrity, even though you're meant for greatness. Please keep my name out your mouth. Thanks. Any other mentions will be reported for harassment and conspiracy.
Mm,
What's crazy
mm.
is so, I mean, my whole thing is I thought that we're all black, right? Any other time we're all black, we need to come together. You know what I'm saying? You know why the delineation movement? Because we're all black.
See,
So why the separation?
and see, that's the thing about it is like I grew up with growing up under the racist ideology and rhetoric of Black Americans since I was little. I've been like this since I was little. I've always called even my parents. I don't have a relationship with my family on a lot of things, but one of them is also because of their idiocracy and their mindset when it comes to Black Americans. Um, and I've always said this. I've always had a problem with it. And within the last month, especially the FBA movement coming up, within that last month of this coming up, is like I kind of started getting angry again. I kind of felt this like weird rage inside of me because one, everybody wants to be Black when it's cool now, especially with this whole immigration thing. Everybody
Right.
now is claiming to be Black. Now the Africans, now that they're checking green cards, they're no longer going by skin color. All of a
Mm.
sudden, everybody wants to claim they're Black. But I remember my father growing up would say things like, oh, if he gets pulled over, he starts going in his African accent so that they know he's African when he gets pulled over. And like my uncles and like my guy friends would make these jokes so that they can make sure the cops know they're
Does
not
it
Black
work?
Americans. Huh?
Do you think it works? The
No, it
accent
does
does.
work. It does work. It does work
Well,
for them
I'm
because
about to
then
start doing it.
I mean, it does work, but that's the hypocrisy. I think where it is, you know, I'm also autistic, so I have a very much vengeance for like justice type thing in me, and I'm a Libra. So for me, I felt like I got to a point where I'm like, I feel this rage because I feel like the hypocrisy has reached a level where I feel like immigrants have always felt like they were better than Black Americans, even when it came to this whole immigration and jobs. Like in corporate, they're making a full blown effort to push Black people out of corporate. And I've been saying this since I was in corporate. Before I left, I was in tech. I have 3 engineering degrees. And working in tech is the most racist environment
I
ever.
heard.
I worked in Apple. The Indians in Apple are so fucking racist to Black people in tech. And they make a point to try to ice out all the Black people in tech. And I was talking about this when they said, okay, and this is going to be in reference, regardless of what your political view may be, but when Trump was talking about they're trying to take Black American, African American jobs,
Jobs.
I knew what he
He
meant.
was talking
I
about.
knew what he meant, but no one wanted to hear because they all like, but they are trying to take African American jobs. They're pushing African Americans out and immigrants. And I'm saying as an African, they come into America and automatically, which I don't know where they get this, they think when they come in, they're automatically better than Black Americans. Like that's how every immigrant comes in, is they're better than Black Americans. So when I hear them talking, like one of my friends was working as an exterminator and here in Austin and got fired because they wanted to it was he wasn't speaking Spanish, and that was like I think the thing that really fueled me because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Excuse me if I'm cursing.
No, you
You're
good.
in
We cuss
America.
here.
You're in fucking America telling someone they can't work because they don't speak Spanish. And I'm like, if you want to speak Spanish, go back to where you came from. But this is what
Listen.
they're doing. The person that they're hurting the most is the African American community, the Black. Actually, I
On
don't call you guys
purpose.
African American anymore. I call you FBA community because they're trying to bring their culture in here and remove the one that's here. And that's xenophobia. Xenophobia.
Well, no, they said that we're xenophobic, and I'm in LA, by the way. So, when the mass deportation movement kind of started, it started out here, basically, when Trump started to send the National Guard and, ICE agents out here to pull everybody. These people were literally out here protesting with Mexican flags.
Did
Not
you see
one
my
time
video
did they
on there?
have an American flag. And once they got called out about it, they started to mix the flags up with the Mexican flag along with the American flag. But it's like you cannot have it both ways, bro.
Because
Figure it out.
I always say this. I think a lot of immigrants come to America to invade. They don't come to America to assimilate. They don't come to America to
No.
come and build, to be a part of America. They all come with their own ideology of their country to come and implement it here. And I'm like, hey, your country is a shithole. That's why you're here. So why would you want to bring your shithole idea into a country that's already shown you it's better than your shithole? You come in here and assimilate and blend in. America is a place where, yes, it's a melting pot, but it's a melting pot of civilization. One of the biggest problems that we have with the immigrant community that comes into America is the intellectual level they have, their IQ level, and the civilization that they lack. And that's just the broad spectrum of it. America is better and way better. I don't care what anybody wants to argue about it. I'm an immigrant. America sits at number one for a reason. It has structure, it has order. America is the one place where if my electricity goes out, I'm writing to them and saying, I'm not paying y'all this fucking month. So y'all better get my electricity back. You can't do
And they're
that in
gonna put
any
it
other
back on.
country. And they will, and they'll even prorate it. They'll cancel the day that you didn't have your electricity and say, we apologize for that. We're gonna go ahead and prorate. You can't do that in any other country. And that sounds so silly, right? Because it's something so minuscule. But this is the structure and order and the intelligence that America has, which a lot of immigrants aspire to have, but they come in and want to like they don't want to play into that. They want to dismantle it and bring in their stupid ideologies.
Do you know why do you think that is? Like speaking for yourself and your family, when your family came here, where did the negative FBA ideology come from? Did it start at home? Is that something that it's taught there? Why
Yeah,
is that going on?
because sometimes we hear that when they go through the immigration process,
Right.
they
We show
tell
them a
them these things.
video.
There's this mysterious video that they show them to show FBAs in a bad light, and it's the media that programs them to think this way.
That's not it.
They just
I
don't know
came
no
here.
better.
No, I came here through legal immigration, right? And we didn't do any of that. Most of them, they have that rhetoric because they're trying to be whitewashed. Every single one of them is obsessed with trying to fit into the white community, be a part of the white people, and be respected like white people because of the disrespect that black people they've seen and heard and whatever. Black people, they make a point to try to show white people, hey, we're better than the black people. We're on your side. We want to be like y'all, massa. We want to be friends with y'all. Their whole objective is the validation of white people. It has nothing to do with some propaganda. It's the insipid need they have to be validated by white people. My family in African culture, the worst thing you can do is marry a black American. You think
I've heard that.
why? But you can marry a white, you can marry a Spanish, you can marry any other race, but the worst thing you can marry is a black American. Why is that? There's no
Right.
program that teaches that. It's their stupid and like ideology, just like the same way where they act like black Americans dress crazy and whatever, the aesthetics and the outfits of black Americans, but that's all they wear. They don't even know that they're rocking full on black streetwear, black outfits. I'm like, if you want to show you're really African, I don't see you guys with flip flops walking around with your full trad in America. I don't see your toes hanging out. Secondly, y'all all want to be rocking jeans. All their artists, every single one of the African artists, all look American black. They all
Got the
literally cater to
grills in
that.
their mouth.
Everything, their chains, their tattoos, like everything is black American, but they have the audacity to talk shit. In my country, you haven't made it until the Americans accepted you. Like if you haven't blown an American market, if you haven't gotten into the black American community, the American market, you haven't made it. That's why you see all of them, they're all obsessed with coming to America, doing American stuff. But it's like y'all are obsessed with these people, but don't give them the respect. You need them to be considered great, but you don't give them the respect and accolades, but you copy everything about them. And whenever I say this in my country, right, I'm seen as a problem because this is how I talk to them. Because I always say, me saying this and know where I come from, it doesn't take anything from me to say, hey,
Right.
black Americans made me who I am. I'm fucking sexy, dope, and I'm confident in who I am because of the confidence I pull from black women. That's the truth of it. It doesn't make me less beautiful. It doesn't take away from me. It doesn't mean that because I give that respect off the bat, that doesn't mean now if somebody disrespects me in the black American community, I wouldn't know how to check that. I would still
Right.
check it and still do it within respect. But the hypocrisy is when people assume that they're better and putting people down. The only reason why these people are able to come to this country, win the awards that they do, make money, whatever, is because of the blood that was shed by FBAs. And
Right.
I feel like that one, no one seems to understand that. During Black History Month, if you want to see what I'm saying and the hypocrisy and the bullshit ideology, during Black History Month, you never see any of the fucking African artists who come to America, make their money, work with fucking black people. You never see them acknowledge Black History Month. You never see any of the African communities ever acknowledge Black History Month. Because a lot of people will say, "Oh, Jorji, they'll call me. They say I'm mean. They say I'm this." But I'm like, I've been seeing this bullshit for years that like now I'm enraged. You're hearing me from the passion and the aggression of anger. Yes. But I call it bullshit because I find it crazy how you guys come over here, you go to school. I was able to get student loans because of Black Americans. I went to HBCU. Everything I did was because of Black Americans. And then when it comes to Black History Month, all of a sudden everybody forget, no one's Black American anymore. No one remembers Black Americans. It's
Did you
bullshit.
only
And
go
if
to
they
college
do,
here, or did you go to high school, elementary, middle school here too?
I went to middle school and high school here, and I went to college. I went to HBCU. I went to Texas Southern University, so that's my alma mater, and I love them. But it's just and it's like one more thing is like when I saw the Burna Boy incident where he kicked out that black woman from his concert, he would have never done that if it was
Done
a white
that.
woman. If it was a white woman, the way that they worship white people, he would have never pulled that crap. But he did it because of the disregard they have for black people. When I said that, when that video launched, when I made that comment, everybody was like, "Why are you making it a race thing?" I'm like, "Because I know my people.
mm,
Right.
I know he
Did
would
you
have never done
experience
that."
xenophobia when you were in
Always.
school here?
Yes, not even just here. When I go home to Nigeria or when I interact with Africans, they automatically see me because of my mannerism, my tattoos. You see the way I am, the way I
Hmm.
talk. Like they automatically assume that I'm a kata. The term is a kata, right? That's
Right.
their way of saying nigga. Even though they try to lie and say, oh, it's not a
Cotton
derogatory
picker,
term.
nigga,
It
whatever.
it
Yeah.
is. Akata is the African term, is the African word for nigga, and I've always told all my black friends that. And I tell them whenever they see me and they see the akata that I am, you see the chain, African girls aren't wearing chains. They're not iced out. They're not like me. This is black culture. They automatically start talking shit about me, my language, when I land at the airport and they don't know that I can understand them. I'm seeing it when I go to restaurants in Nigeria. They always do it. And then I have to be like, my guy, relax. So me, the African bad girl, relax. I don't hear
mm,
then
Hmm.
all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, you're Nigerian. Oh my God, wow. I'm like,
Now
but
it's
you just,
okay.
yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay. But when they thought I was regular Black American, they were ready to eat me alive. They were ready to chew me to the grave. So what I'm doing now is I'm using my platform. My platform as it grows, especially being that I'm an artist, I want to make sure that this is how you stop bullshit. A lot of us say we don't like
Check
something
it.
and we talk about it. You check it at the door, and I feel like as a first generation American, African American in here, I feel like my job is to regulate the ignorance. And it's like, like I'm the checking point now for my people because I've lived here. I've experienced America. I understand America. The other people before me, my parents, I can give them the excuse that they're ignorant because they came here older. They didn't know better. They weren't educated. But me knowing that I grew
You
up
were
here
raised
and I,
here.
yes, now I'm well educated enough to put a checking point on that and say, hey, you watch your fucking mouth when you come into America. This is who you give respect to. You don't come to America and your only respect is to white people. You give respect to the same, that this country belongs to three people: white people, FBAs, and Native American. That is the only three people that belong to America.
And
The
we're
Asian
an
people,
amalgamation of all that, to be honest.
honestly, really, Asian people, you have a country to go home to. Africans, you have a country to go home to. Indians, you have a country to go home to. Mexicans, Spanish people, you have a country to go home to. You
This
were
is my
here.
home.
Yeah, you were here voluntarily because you chose to come here. You have places to go to. These people are here. They built this shit. 400 years plus, they built this shit.
So
So,
we have Matty M3G says that Black American women show standoffish. Just saying, the truth love you. I mean, you have people who are standoffish because maybe they
what
just
does
don't
that
have
even
that
mean?
person, that
yeah, what does
personality.
that have to
Like
do with
What
that?
does that
I'm
even
one of
mean?
those.
Africans are disrespectfully standoffish. African women, you walk into the Braden store, they have a whole attitude on their face. What are we talking about? I don't even have African girlfriends the way I want to because their arrogance and the way they act is so fake. So I don't judge people based on that. And sometimes I
Right.
don't blame black people for even being standoffish
Uh-huh.
because half of you don't, you all are hypocrites and you talk shit about them. So I really don't even blame them for being standoffish. To a
I
lot of
I,
it's
mean, I
fake.
don't
I
even
feel
know
like,
what
but
that
that's an
means. That sounds
individual characteristic,
right.
though. That's an individual characteristic because everybody out here in LA know me. When y'all see me, I'm solo bolo, and you will never know because I don't have to know you to walk up to you, talk to you, and I'm gonna walk away with friends. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter where you from, who
That's a
you are,
personality
whatever.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
not a
I think
cultural
that's an
thing.
It's
individual
not. If
characteristic.
you go to New York, everybody in New York is standoffish. White, green, yellow, dumb. I got
Rude.
an old
That's a
lady
lie.
trying to beat me
Y'all
up
not
for
gonna
a
do us
cab
like
in New
that.
York. An old Jewish lady trying to beat me up for a cab in New York, and me and her went to war for it. Then what they got to do with anything? That's how they all are up there. New Yorkers are rude, but
Don't do us like that. Nah, we not. Nah, we
And
good
I'm
people. We
sorry,
nice
I haven't
people.
encountered New Yorkers in New York, but everything that I get about New York from
That's
other
the
people is
rumor.
like
Yeah.
you gotta have a thick skin out there because
no,
they're
no,
just
you do.
rude.
No, no.
Customer
If you're
service
not
is
walking
horrible.
fast enough, if you're not even walking fast enough on the street, they're gonna cuss you out. New
You see?
Yorkers is but that's me. I love it. I love their energy, and they're very much like straight to the point, straight shooters. I grew up around New York, New Jersey, so I have the personality of a straight shooter, so I get it. That's even when I moved to the South. It's like I was like, why is everybody always trying to say things so nice? Bitch, I said you ugly. That's it. Facts. I'm not about to go arguing back and forth. If you think you cute, that's cute. But in my eyes, bitch, you ugly. I'm not. That's how a New Yorker would say it. That's it. And then they'd be like, you're not supposed to say that. And I'm like, oh.
I do.
I don't know. How am I supposed to tell her I don't like her hair? See, that's how New Yorkers are, very straight shooters.
All right, hold on a second, ladies. Hold on a second, ladies. I need to do a quick intermission something real quick because I forgot to do this at the beginning of the show. But I
Okay.
want to shout out my brother Dave Anderson. He has
Okay.
a master class coming up. I'm posting the link in the chat now, and I'm going to pin it to the top. 1 second. Okay, see it there, pinned to the top right now. But Dave Anderson's No BS Masterclasses: How Coaches and Consultants Build a Six-Figure High-Ticket Business Without Paid Ads or Guesswork. You can use that link to register now. The class is going to be, I think, on Tuesday. I think
March
it's
3rd. March 3rd. So that's actually Wednesday.
no, today's the 1st, so
Yeah,
it's
today's the
Tuesday.
first.
Yeah, so it's
Tomorrow's
Tuesday.
the 2nd. Oh, so Tuesday. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's Tuesday. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you're interested in learning how to do your business online and all of that, get with my brother Dave and register for the class. But I just had to throw that out there real quick because I meant to do it at the beginning of the show. Now, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you because I already know that you get a lot of pushback, you know what I'm saying, just for speaking the way that you speak and all of that. And so I know some people saying, I've heard this already just in my comment section from me reposting a couple of your videos. Oh, she's just clout chasing. She know this is a hot topic right now. She doing this to get money on TikTok. What's your response to that?
I'm not even in a creator program. I'm about to fucking lose this new TikTok because I'm talking about this. So there is no financial benefit in doing this. If anything, it's actually hurting me. I had people as an artist who's rising. The industry people, especially in the African community, are all against me. They're very much not liking the fact that I'm calling these things out and holding out the hypocrisy of what's going on. This is hurting me. If anything, me speaking up is hurting me more because I do Afro trap. I just dropped my new single and it's very Afrocentric and I'm pushing in Africa. This whole ordeal pushed me into the American market, which I wasn't necessarily ready to go into quite yet, but I have no choice now. So this is not anything about clout, whatever. I've been doing this and I've been talking about this since I was little. My first best friend that I had when I first came to America was a Black American girl. I was friends with her from middle school till high school, and my mom hated her. My mom hated everything about her. My mom hated the fact that we were friends. She would do everything it was horrible. Like my mom and I told you guys I don't have a relationship with my family. Part of it being because of the fact that I've always had this protective nature for Black Americans. So this is anybody that knows me, and I'm still waiting for someone to come out. My first boyfriend, I was the only person in my family that's ever dated a Black man. My first boyfriend was a Black man.
Wait, when you say Black man, it doesn't matter if he's African, FBA, just Black period?
Like Black period. He was like a Black man from Houston, Texas, and
But you
that
mean
was my
FBA? No, the question she's
yeah,
asking,
yeah. He's
when you say Black
FBA.
man, yeah, that's
No,
what
he's
she's
No,
asking.
FBA. He's
I'm asking if he's African, FBA, hell,
no,
Black,
no, no. He's
Dominican, or
FBA. full.
Okay,
He's
got
like bloodline is like he's probably like 10th generation Houstonian black man. That was my first boyfriend. Like I've always been this way. Hell, I was a stripper. That's how I paid for college. So FBA women that were in there were the ones who even gave me the game
dang.
of how to, how to get my money together, how to carry myself, how to be anything. So I see. The thing is, people expect you to have experiences or understand people from a glamorous perspective, but
Mhm.
I understand FBAs, and I grew up with FBAs because of the unattractive, glamorous side of society. I grew up, and those were the people who helped me. Those were the people who helped me become who I am. Who, when nobody was there for me, my African people were not there for me or whatever. There was FBAs that put me on game that really helped me. It was them.
So when you were around these FBAs, did you have to tone down your accent, hide the fact that you were Nigerian? Was it a problem that you were Nigerian, or
No,
were you allowed to be your full self and still be embraced by the Foundation of Black Americans in
I
your
was
experience?
never made to feel any kind of way. My friends are so like hilarious. They make me cook jollof rice as much as I can. Suya, they're like obsessed with. Oh, Georgie, put us on the what's Afro beats? Like, put us on some new Afro beats, girl. Asking me to explain a song to them, asking me to cook this. Like, all my friends are obsessed with my culture, and I think I always say this. The reason why I really love FBA since I was little, I've always seen them as like people who like the underdogs that always create a welcoming environment for those who were also outcasted, right? Like they just are so warm and welcoming. They accepted me for who I was. My accent to them was so it was always
It was
funny because
cute.
whenever I yeah, like whenever black guys hit on me and like I have my accent, they're like, oh, that's cute, that's sexy. I'm like, my language is like I've never thought my language was sexy ever. I never thought my language was sexy, but every time they talk to me, they think my accent is so sexy. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
And so yeah, that you kind of touched on one of the other questions I was going to ask you too, because you are a Afro beats artist, or you Afro trap, you say, you know what I'm
hmm
saying? And so yeah, how is it trying to push your music? You got the new single out. What's it called? Yanga.
Yanga, it's called Yanga. So yes, I'm actually going to teach you how to pronounce it so you can say African
Okay,
Yanga. So you pull
Yanga.
that, yeah,
Uh huh.
excellent, Yanga, yes.
Hold on, let me.
And
I don't know what happened to Nicety over here.
I think the same thing that happened to me. I think something is glitching on the back end of this. Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, she's back.
Okay. Let
Yeah,
me get this off of here.
yeah,
All right, here we go. But go ahead,
yeah,
finish. I'm sorry.
yeah.
So
So yeah,
Yanga,
Yanga. Yes, that's my new single, Yanga.
and
And
you know, how is it trying to push yourself as an Afro beats artist when you speaking this truth that is not really embraced in the Afro beats community? And you know, a lot of FBAs rock with the Afro beats music like that, but it's not like as you know what I'm
it's
saying.
not as prominent
That's
yet.
not the main audience for that type of music.
No, it's not. And it hasn't been necessarily an easy journey, but it's been a fun one because one, I always knew, and that's why I call myself Afro Trap because it's a oop,
All right, I
something
don't
is
know
going
what's going on. Should be back. It's all good.
okay. It's been a fun chaos, a fun struggle. The reason why I said a beautiful struggle, it's been like really discovering how to package the dichotomy of two worlds, right? Being a hip hop girl, I grew up with Nicki, I grew up with Lil Kim, I grew up Jay-Z, I grew up Kanye, I grew up, all these greats, but I also grew up with Afro beats greats too. So that was the combination of my two worlds, and it hasn't been easy, but it's been fun because coming from an American trying to go back to Nigeria and do Afro beats, it's not easy. You want to see racism? They're racist as hell to me because I'm an American Nigerian going into the market. They see me as like they
Is it
see me as I
jealousy?
think that yeah, they see me as I think I'm better than them, or they see it like, why are you trying to come to our side of the water when you have, that's how it is. But to me, I think that's where the education comes in. I had to create music that blended my two worlds, which is how I got Afro trap. And it's been really fun. It's still in early stages of it. I'm still very, infantile to it, but I see this as a breakout year for me, and I can't wait. My dream is when I'm on stage and I see Black Americans and Africans singing my song and being able to, like, even my African friends, my Black friends, teaching them how to say the little things.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
So
Yanga.
Yanga means that the short term of it is like being, when people say cash doll will say, they say you're doing too much. And I say you ain't doing enough. It's literally braggadocious, it's confidence, it's people in my country. So the reason the title came to be is because that's what they say I do. They say I'm Yanga. They say Jorji does Yanga, which is me speaking up. This girl, she doesn't listen. She's out of control. She's Yanga. That's what it means. It's like being a wild
Gotcha.
Banshee, basically. Mhm.
Got you. And I'm posting the link to that track inside the chat now.
Yay!
If
Thank you
anybody
guys.
if anybody wants to check out her new
So,
single, there goes the link
Don,
right there.
Don Mac, I guess she says she's
Nicely. You got on the earpiece? Nicely.
very
Your audio.
you know,
Your
We can't
audio.
we can't hear you.
Your audio.
We can't hear you.
Are you oh, let me mute her mic real quick. Are you wearing are you wearing an earpiece?
I don't think she can hear us either.
I don't know what's going on today.
Technical difficulties.
Are you wearing an earpiece nicely? No? Can hear us? Say something now.
I can hear
Say
y'all just
something now.
fine.
Okay,
I
you
can hear
sound pretty
y'all
good
just
now.
fine.
You're
All
good
right,
Can you hear
now.
me?
guys, say what you were
Yes.
saying.
I can hear y'all fine.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we
It
can
might be
hear
a
you.
little. It might be a little delay, but go ahead. Say what you were saying.
What did I say? I forgot. Oh, someone in the chat was saying that she's cosplaying. I said I don't feel like she's cosplaying. She's representing her culture, but showing respect to ours. So I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Cosplay to me is when it's plagiarism, right? Cosplay is
Right.
plagiarism. Plagiarism is when you take something and credit it to yourself. I've always given credit to the people who make me who I am. So I can't be a cosplayer if I'm saying, hey, Black women made me feel sexy. Black women gave me my nails, my confidence, taught me how am I cosplaying when I'm literally telling you where I got the sauce from and how I blended it into who I am to make it even greater.
And you could
That's
have
yeah,
not
and
cosplay.
you could have
and
said that you're FBA. You could have never said that I'm from Nigeria. She could have did that. That's
Yeah.
cosplaying. That's tethering.
Yeah. And
right.
I never do. Everyone knows me. It's tatted on my wrist, Nigerian till I die. I'm very proud to be Nigerian, but that does not negate the fact that I know I'm in this country in my fabulous condo because of the people they call FBA. They're the ones who made it possible. See, I have my real estate license. I'm very well educated and versed and know where I come from. Something so simple as where I live in this white neighborhood that I live, or whatever elitist neighborhood. There was a time when I couldn't live here because I was Black. And if it wasn't for the Black people that fought to put the housing, what do you call it? Excuse me for missing the code. It was that they made it where you couldn't regulate
Right.
somebody based on their sex, gender, and race for them
Right.
to live
Fair
somewhere.
housing act. The
Yeah,
fair
Fair
housing.
Housing Act.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Fair Housing Act. If it wasn't for the Fair Housing Act, I wouldn't be here. And it's something so silly as in, like, in my country, do you know, as a single woman, I can't rent places. I can't rent houses or buy houses in places in
What?
Nigeria. Yeah, because I'm a single woman. I can't rent house or buy. People won't rent to me or buy or sell to me in certain neighborhoods because I'm a single woman. So, like, when I still see people that are living in archaic, uncivilized, barbaric shit and they're talking, I'm like, I know why I'm so proud to be an American, and I'm so proud of FBAs. I know what they did to make this a world and a country that is great. I know what role they played.
Well, the Nigerian Jesus lover says, stop trying to kiss these people's butt. We're here because of white men, not these people.
So you kiss white people's butt. Go ahead,
Kiss white people. And
Jesus,
that's
whatever your
what's going,
name is.
that's the problem in Nigeria right now. And hence why you don't own and control any of your resources,
Girl,
because
just tell them
you're
they don't
kissing
even
the
have
white
24.
colonizers' ass and not fighting for what's yours out there now. So that's the problem. How's that working out for you?
Girl, you don't
What?
gotta say all that. Your only comeback should be you don't have 24-hour electricity. I'm not arguing with people
Oh
who don't
my
have
goodness.
electricity. I'm not arguing. Bitch, I have stars in my ceilings. I'm not arguing with you. I waste electricity. You see me sitting here. You can't do this. Every time you have power, you have to use it wisely. So I'm not arguing with you, bitch. And you should save your data because you need to afford to buy some more. I don't argue with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what
Hold on.
she said.
Hold on. Shout out to Cyberdyne 100 with the 49.99 super chat.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. He says excellent broadcast, family. B1. Shout out to you. Much respect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, y'all can
That's
let
crazy.
Nigerian Jesus lover. Y'all don't gotta block him to the mods in the chat. Let him have his fun. He
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
no, we don't block. Let him speak freely. He's arguing.
Right.
Don't worry. He's going through a lot. He doesn't have electricity. This is all he has. He has to be very happy. He barely has food or like gas to cook his rice. So let's just let him enjoy the little piece of life that he has. The only and that's one thing I always say about Nigerians, like my people, right? They're really jealous of FBAs. It's really truly jealousy. All of it is the remnants of jealousy. They wish that they had the infrastructure to be able to create and build and be as magnificent as you guys are because they're in a shitty situation that they can't do it. Something so simple as necessities, right? When I talk about necessities, that's when I understood it was jealousy. When you get off the airport in Nigeria, something so minuscule as you see how we have our beautiful streets here, you go on your walk. It's not like that. It's disgusting. I'm saying this as someone who
Why
lives
though?
there.
With all this education and ingenuity and all the
Girl,
things that they say that they have here,
girl.
why is that the case?
Because they don't have education. They only have memorization. See, intellect is
Oh,
application. It's not memorization.
Ooh.
They know how to memorize, but they don't know how to apply. If you go to my country, they blame everything on the government. And I'm like, okay, something simple
the
as
government.
hygiene. You don't use deodorant, and the government has to tell you to go buy freaking deodorant and put it on, and that it's hot outside, and you should probably take a shower and apply deodorant so that you don't smell up when you walk into a building. What the government got to do with that? Something
I'm
so simple as in customer service. You go into Nigerian stores, simple customer service of making sure your store is clean, making sure that the baseboards are painted, decorated. They blame everything on the government, but they actually have no real intellect of application and infrastructure, structure. They do not study to apply, they copy and paste. One thing about them, they love copying and pasting, but
but
creating new
deodorant,
ideas.
you smell yourself. You know you musty. Why does the government have to tell you to wash under your arms and put deodorant on? Like,
Thank you. The same thing as why does you know what was so hilarious is the electricity problem that I always highlight is they always blame the government. But let me tell you something that my people don't seem to understand. They think the government builds the neighborhoods in America. And I tell them no, it's developers. Developers buy a piece of land, they put the houses there, they build everything, and then the government comes in to regulate that area within the district that is built on the plot of
right,
land.
the
What district
state
is it? Yeah, what where is it under?
boundary.
Then the rules falls into it. That is called application of intellect. These people in my country will go buy a piece of land and put all these houses on there, but they'll never build an independent power grid system that powers the neighborhood. They'll wait for the government to come do it, and then they'll blame the government because the government is struggling to feed 200 million people who can't seem to think.
Mm, mm.
So
They
it's
don't have a
basically it's
creator
ass
economy.
backwardness. It's ass
Yeah,
backwardness, you know what I'm saying? And what they like to tell us, their reliance on the government and not basically getting off their asses to build on their
yeah,
own.
and that's why it's
Make the
so funny.
government do what it's not doing. Why aren't you guys enforcing your government? Like you come over here, I'm not and when I'm not talking about you, but say that the Mexicans here. They're out here going crazy on our government, right? About mass deportations and things like that, but you don't have that smoke for your own.
Now you got it right. A lot of times, and this is why I'm like when I hear them say black Americans are lazy, I'm like black Americans were willing to die for change. You people don't even
Yes.
want to you don't even want to be uncomfortable for change. They were willing to die for change, and all you do is talk. I gave a simple example, and I made an example. I said to somebody, I said, something so simple as business ethics. Business ethics is something that eludes my people. And I
Hmm.
say that to say is that they don't understand what it means to have a business. They understand what it means when a business is prospering and you're making money off a business. They know what that looks like, the Mercedes and the fucking Rolls Royces, and they understand the benefits of a business, but the actual infrastructure of building a business, they don't get that. And when we have these conversations and I highlight it and they say I'm pandering, I'm like, I also say the same thing to the Black Americans that I needed. I tell my Black Americans friends too, like, hey, we need to be structured in our business ethics and what we're doing. That's the only differentiation from us with the
Yeah.
Caucasians. Yeah, that you guys are obsessed with. But in my country, it is the insipid need of like, they miss the key details, the small little details. It's something like the guy who sells tomatoes on the street. And I would tell him, you know, if you painted your crate red, you wore a red shirt with a red hat that said Tomato Man or just tomatoes, and that's your marketing or your branding.
Your
Now,
branding.
every time people are in the street or if someone is in a neighborhood, they see the red crate,
For
they
sure.
know that's the Tomato Man. Something so simple as branding. When I tell you my people are brilliant when it comes to memorization, but application eludes my people.
But they know how to apply them scams though.
Right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. That's another thing I wanted to highlight that you just went in. A lot of immigrants think they're better than Black Americans because they can commit fraud.
Because they think they got away with it.
Yeah,
Like these
no,
nursing and doctorate degrees that they found out, a lot of these people are here
girl.
working without real degrees.
What I'm telling you is a lot of Africans think they're better than Black Americans because they can commit fraud faster and better. And I told them, I'm like, the only reason why you can commit fraud is because Black Americans have checkpoints that are even more harder than you. You come in under
Right.
asylum, whatever crap, you get pitied. That's why you're able to do all the scams that you do is pity. They're really like in the system, entrenched in the system, trying to make it out. You come in already ahead of the plot. You come in already ahead of the plot, and they're coming in like way below. And you come in and think you're better than them because you can commit fraud. And who are you committing fraud on? The same people that you say you're better than. I don't understand
Right.
how you're better than them if you're committing fraud to steal from them.
And that's another thing too. When it comes to the fraud, right? All of a sudden, it's black on paper. But when you're having your degrees and your awards and all this stuff, now it's very specific about who you are. Oh, I'm Nigerian. You know, I'm singing. I'm from the Congo. I'm Yoruba. All these. So all the awards and things like that, you want to keep that to your culture. But all the bullshit, you want to put that under the banner of black.
Yes. You see, you hit it on the mark. Just like when I saw Shibuzi get on stage and say that immigrants build America, I wanted to really give him a whole dose of shut the fuck up. You're on
I think
stage
that he was
saying,
made to do that, though. I
I
really
think he
think that
was.
that
I
came
think
from
he
the top.
was.
The whole
I
night they was
think he
doing
was.
that.
Yeah, I think he was because he's trying to make sure that he appeases whoever is funding him. Because I'm like, you're Nigerian, like 100%. You're Nigerian, my boy.
With gold teeth, the
Like
locks,
everything he got on
repping
stage.
FBA culture and style.
And if he wanted to show that he was really, he could have said, Black Americans built this country, and because I'm like in my head,
He didn't have to say shit.
a lot of them don't know the hit. That's why I keep telling you guys, a lot of them don't know the history of Black Americans. They only know the benefits they've gotten out of the history of Black Americans. But if his black ass got on that stage, I'm like, do you not know that Beyonce is the reason why your black ass won that award? Didn't
Mm,
Beyonce go to war with country music when she got
hmm.
to? She went to war. They
They
literally,
didn't want her to perform. They banned her from
girl,
performing with the Dixie Chicks. Like it was so much that she went through, and even her Carter, the Cowboy Carter album. You know,
yeah, they
they
didn't
were
even want
talking
to give
mad
it that.
shit about that. You know, so nigga, she what is it? She crawled so you can walk. Like
They didn't even want to play her in the radio in Nashville,
right,
Tennessee. I know the back end. They didn't even want to play her on the radio. Beyonce went to war with country music. Because even K. Michelle, right? K. Michelle,
yeah.
she talked about this, what was she went through in country music. And I just heard a lot of black country artists talk about the racism they go through in country music. And you get a little cheat code because Dolly Parton is your aunt, is your godmother. And whatever way you don't,
Really?
yeah, Dolly Parton is his godmother. He
Mm.
had a white woman pull him up, right? So now all of a sudden he feels like he's ahead. But I'm like, my boy,
And it's
Just
still an
from
FBA creation too. At the end of
That's
the
the
day,
thing.
I understand that white people may dominate country music, and it's because we didn't want it no more. But we
they
created
pushed
it.
us out. They pushed
You
us
know what
out.
I'm
Same thing
saying? We
with rock. The
created it.
same
I
thing
don't
with
even think
rock
it's that
music.
they pushed us out. It's just black people, just like with break dancing and things like that. When we're done with something, we just done with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't pop too much in our own culture. So we let you have that. But you're never we're not gonna let you forget who created it.
Yeah,
We're not gonna let you forget that. I don't feel like white people or Shabuzi or anyone else, can tell us where we can and can't be when it comes to country music or any other music because it's all ours.
thank you.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you're saying this because when you call these things out, people, when I hold these points out to my people, they always see it as pandering. They always see it as because when the
Oh, they in
facts
the
are
chat right now saying it. They in the
the
chat.
fact because the facts hurt. The truth hurts.
The
And I
truth
always
hurts.
say that the truth hurts when you realize that the truth makes you an idiot. When you
Mhm.
actually point out the truth for people who are truly ignorant, they hate it. They hate it. Every single one of them that say I'm pandering right now, they probably if they need any kind of open heart surgery or any kind of medical system, they go to the hospital and open their ass cheeks and not know a black man did that.
Wow.
When they
Mm-hmm.
open their fucking phone and they use their GPS to move around their fucking house, they don't know a black woman invented that.
Right.
When they use a condom to keep all their stupid kids packed in because they shouldn't be breeding any fucking more, a black slave girl made condoms.
Can we
These are
talk about
ignorant.
the paternity fraud? Because they also like to talk about our baby mama, baby daddy culture, and our black men don't marry. There are women out here, they just make baby mamas. And really, before you hit on that, I don't know if you looked at that reality show on Netflix with the Africans reality show.
Yeah, the fake ass one. All that shit is
That,
fake.
yeah, and you have that one. He has like 5 kids by 4 different baby
Platinum,
mamas, and
platinum,
he sits
diamond,
there and
platinum, diamond,
brags
platinum.
about it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Brags
diamond,
with
platinum.
gold fronts.
Uh-huh. And his whole aesthetic is that not a black man? Didn't he
All
steal
of them
his
for the most
his
part.
whole entire like his whole entire existence is like he's trying to rob Future, mix it in with Playboy
Right.
Cardi, mix it in with all of Atlanta, mix it like his whole entire whole
Yes.
and it's not even cool because it looks so fucking pandering and so fucking cosplay and he ain't even making it cool.
But
It's
he
not even cool.
brags about the baby mamas that he has. And mind you, all his children and baby mamas are in Africa.
Babe, you're talking about this, right? When I made a video about paternity fraud, my country is number 2 in the world of paternity fraud.
Wow.
Why? Why is it number 2? Jamaica is number 1, Nigeria is
Yeah.
number 2. And I think this year Nigeria is going to become number 1. All of Nigerian women are single mothers. The ones that are married and unmarried, they're single mothers.
Not married and unmarried.
Babe, my mom was a single mother. She had how many kids? She was a single mother. A lot of African men do not play roles in their kids' life. They know how to spend money. They're good at giving money for their kids. I'll give them that, right? They know how to provide financially. But guess what they do? They're all suck as fathers. Half of them. And what I really want, I'll say it's only 2% of them that exist that actually care about their children. African men, and the reason I say this strongly is African men aren't raised to love their offspring. They're raised to see their offsprings as investments into their legacy. So they have kids just for the sake of carrying along their poverty legacy or their stupidity
Not
legacy,
poverty,
whatever
yes.
dumb legacy that they have, they want to continue. That's what they have kids for. They don't have kids out of love. Secondly, if you go to my country, didn't Davido just marry his wife? They've been together for how long and he has how many children outside of their relationship. He
Right.
just married her last year and everybody's talking about relationship goals. What goals? What goals?
Right.
Where are we at?
Question,
Ev-
question. Did you really get your ex-husband deported?
yes, I called the FBI and reminded him that I'm an American citizen. Do not fucking play with me,
I
Trump.
need that. I
That's
need that
Trump.
story. I need the whole story.
Oh my
Because he
God.
see a lot of African men, they play the paperwork game and they think they're smart, but he thought because I was a rat bitch, that means I'm stupid. I'm not dumb, girl. I know where I am. He tried to use me to run a immigration fraud once I divorced him. I was married for 10 months and then I realized that him and his family had a mental disease and I had to remove myself. And when I tried to remove myself elegantly, I filed for divorce. I even offered to finish his papers just so we can elegantly divorce. That wasn't working. Like, I was very elegant about it. And then he went and filed with the immigration office and said that I live in Texas, so I collect guns. And he went and filed vower in Texas and said that I was beating him through our marriage. Now, granted, he's 5'4", so he's illegal in midget. I'm 6 feet, so it's easy to believe that I would beat him, but I wasn't beating him. And he went and told them that I was beating him through the whole marriage, and they were going to give him vower. But he's stupid because he didn't realize they were going to ask him for proof of me beating him. Yeah. And then he sent them proof of my guns, and they told him, well, she's in Texas. I don't.
Who don't have guns in Texas?
I don't understand. Like, I'm gonna get a couple more just because I bought a couple more just so I can show him I'm an American citizen. You can't even touch a gun. Let's continue with that. Then when they got back to me and let me know he was trying to file fraud, I had to do him real quickly and remind him, you gotta go back to your shithole country. So I called the FBI and reported him and all of his family members. They were sending me threats. I'm like, I'm an American citizen. Don't threaten me, bitch. So I reminded him, you can be banned for 10 years from entering. I'm putting you all on the watch list. So I called the FBI and reported them and reported everything that he's ever done that was illegal that I know of. And now his ass is gone. Bye.
That is
Toodles.
crazy.
Toodles. Hope you're smart enough to get in again. You better change your name like the guy was the one that married Portia. You better find a new name.
Simon.
You better be like Simon. You better find a new name.
He had so many different names and everything since the 80s. This fool been committing fraud to get back and forth over here.
He just gets a whole new name. He gonna have to come in. That last name is gonna be gone before he can come in here.
Yes. At some point, they need to start doing fingerprints or some DNA tests.
No, they started. They've started doing that now because of that scamming thing. That's what they're about to start doing it. Right. And it was crazy because I really never wanted to do that. I never wanted to be the person to do that. But I realized that a lot of Black African men, they use Black women. I tell all my Black friends, if you're dating a Nigerian man or an African man, he never loves you. He's only using you for what he can benefit from you. And I hate to say it. They never love you. The love that they have for you, as soon as something, if you want to see if I'm lying, wait till something changes. The first aspect of a dynamic change, you'll see who he truly is. And if he ever gets a chance to find an African woman that fits the criteria of what he wants, he will leave you like that. That. Because they don't mind paying child support.
Even the Americanized ones, though, even the ones like, say, an African man that's like you, meaning you are pretty much went to school here, went to college here, everything, they will still have that type of mindset where they only want to marry a Nigerian?
Yes.
I would say many. Of course, not all. I wouldn't definitely not say all.
Not all of them, but it's still a good portion. Yeah, there's outliers. There's outliers like myself, right? There's outliers like myself. But look at this. I married, and the reason why I say outliers, right? I married an African man, knowing that I went through all this. I was engaged to a white man, a Black man. I was engaged with, and I ended up marrying a Nigerian. So sometimes it's just in us. It's something that is in us that like craves to the continuation of the bloodline, right? So it's not that I'm not saying it to say there isn't outliers. There are, but I was the outlier, and I still ended up marrying a Nigerian. When it came down to it, right? So I always tell them, be smart. I'm not saying there isn't, but just be very smart and be very cognizant. Do not be stupid. And all these things I tell people isn't because I don't think there are awesome people out there who are like me, who are cultured like me, but it's very slim to know.
You just gotta be safe. I mean, I gotta be safe with my own. So I just imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
You have people that's looking for a quick come up. So
it is a quick. Like, I have a girl I know. Her she met a guy. I always tell, stay out of Facebook dating, Facebook Marketplace. Dumb people are all looking for. Please, one of my friends, which she just knows she was stupid, but it's cool. She's protected a little bit. Actually, I'm lying. The bitch is done. But anyhow, continuing. She met this guy on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook dating, they're the same thing. Anywho, she went to go meet him. They fell in fake love, because I keep telling Black girls, they don't love. What the fuck are you talking about? They don't know what love is. They've never heard "I love you" from their mothers. What do you think love is? Anyway, They went there, he got her pregnant. He's like, I love you so much. I love him. The first time they got together, he got her pregnant, like enforced that they were gonna only have raw sex because he was doing that, and women are so silly that they think because they want to have raw sex and impregnate you, that means a man love you. And I'm like, yeah, oh
No,
God.
birthright citizenship.
Listen, I'm like, in her head, she thought that meant he really loved her. I'm like, no, babe, he wanted to secure a baby to make you feel like he really cared about you, so you would do the paperwork. So what saved her was she came back to America, she gave birth here, and she started his paperwork, and to bring him here. And he would always use, see, we have a baby, I love you, we have a baby together. And I'm like, girl, he only had that baby so you can feel attached to him forever. So you would
Right.
always feel the guilt to bring the child of the father of your son to America. You would always have that like longing. A lot of them understand that women have fickle parts. I'm an evil woman, so I don't have that. But other good women that exist have that, innate good parts of them that, craves family, that craves, the ideal of familyhood. So now she's here, she's in this shitty situation, and I told her she needs to cancel his papers and just delete all his numbers and wait till the baby's 18 and then tell the baby the story and call it a day. I don't know. That's
I mean,
rude.
that's what
Yo,
I would
so
do.
let me ask you this, because I just want to get your takes on the pushback that I know is out there. And so, in foundational Black American society, of course, we have our coons and our turncoats and our buck dancers
Mhm.
and all of that. And so, a white supremacist with a platform like a Nick Fuentes or somebody like that could easily find a foundational Black American to come on their platform and spew all of their anti-Black talking points for them. And so, what do you say to the Africans who say that's you in their society? You're the turncoat, you're the coon that is just kissing Black American ass and
Right.
coming on here spewing our anti-African talking points for us, where you're being our shield for us right now. What do you say to that?
Well, I would say I hold Black Americans I hold them accountable too if they disrespect my culture to a degree. I always hold them accountable. This isn't a game of me trying to pander. I don't tolerate disrespect on both sides. But the problem is I've seen more disrespect coming from my side than I've seen it from the Black side. So if I was in the situation where I see my like African Black Americans, foundational Black Americans coming at my people, I would definitely step in. But I don't think they do it enough. I actually think you guys are too nice. I think you
I
guys
Mm.
are
think
too
that we're
nice.
learning to respond to it, though. I think that's where they're saying we're being disrespectful or xenophobic and all the things. It's because foundational Black Americans are finally checking, the disrespect and the bullshit. Because at the end of the day, we have been the absolute most welcoming, people of all people in any society. You know what
You
I'm
guys
saying?
are number one
Right.
in welcoming.
For
So
all
that's what I'm
people.
saying. It can easily the only people, and I come with all the facts, right? The only people that can come here and say that I'm cooning for Black Americans are the people who can't understand English.
Mhm.
Only people who can't understand English and who lack the application and the intellect to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, because I speak with facts. It's not an emotional conversation, it's a factual conversation. It is uncomfortable what I'm saying. Now, does that negate where I say I've never for once coming here and said I don't love my country, I don't love
Right.
my culture? I've never for once. The thing that my country and my people hate is that they only want to focus on the good qualities of our people, the only the minuscule. And I tell them the good
Mhm.
things are this big and the bad things are this big. So we can't just only focus on the minuscule parts and forget that there's a whole lot. And the same thing, like I told you, I tell my Black Americans, I'm like, hey, if you guys have so much of what it takes, if you put in business structure, discipline, and branding and marketing, you guys can dominate. I give the same, and anybody that has been following me on social media will say it. They will say that Georgie has always been the same way when it comes to anybody that has my complexion. It's the same way. Now I'm on the ass of my people because I feel like the disrespect is just
Too
is
loud.
is
And my
too
thing
loud.
is,
And
and
you don't
why are so
and sorry.
go ahead
Now I was gonna say, and you don't want to be associated with that, so you're delineating from that,
from the bullshit.
which is what we say, because they always come at us with the, well, it's not all, and we know that it's
I
not
never
all,
said
but
that.
we
Thank
don't
you.
got
Just like we know
time.
that it's not all men that are are horrible. There's some decent one, but you can't keep saying it's not all. You have to show it through action, right?
Right.
You see me coming to rap, and I'm like, I didn't come in and say I'm the rap queen. Or I said, no, I'm Afro trap. Because again, as much as I'm giving respect to the fact that yes, hip hop is where I'm from, I know I'm not a rap star. I'm an Afro trap star. I always respect where I am and who I am. So the coon would be if you see me coming in and I'm here all of a sudden, if all my music, all you hear in my music is me just doing only rap music, hip hop music, then you would say, okay, this girl is trying to cosplay. But I make a point to make sure my music is a blend of my two worlds, to always show that I'm a blend. I am showing you two worlds that define who I am.
Yeah, it's like I always say that about like Wyclef. Wyclef is a great example. Dope hip hop artist, obviously heavily influenced by FBA culture, but he always kept his Haitian culture in the
Right.
forefront of what he does. He didn't do like Busta Rhymes and hide the fact that he was from the Caribbean
For
and try to
30
pretend
years.
like he was. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah, because
difference.
I didn't even know. I thought when he finally came out, I thought he was cosplaying Caribbean accent. And they were like, no, he's really not. So I thought, fuck, when did he become Caribbean?
We didn't
I
know for
didn't
30
know.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was Caribbean for 30 years.
Shout out to Tizzy with the super chat. I appreciate the
Thank
4.99 super
you.
chat. She said, "What is Sincere and Nicety's thoughts on the Somalis wanting reparations and apologies from America?"
That Mr. Ed looking heifer can go sit down somewhere. First of all, you've already stole your reparations with all
Girl,
those billions of dollars worth of scams. So
I'm
Mrs.
still
Ed
waiting for them
can
to
go
put
sit
the
down.
the Ilion Omar. I'm still waiting for her to go to jail because you
Me
see,
too.
I'm waiting for her to go to jail because she thought she was smart enough to see one thing about America, and I always tell a lot of my people this is that when it comes to money, when it comes to money,
Yeah, they'll
Americans
rope you
will
down
bypass.
yourself.
But money is where you don't play with fucking Americans right there, especially the American government. She thought she was getting into office to protect herself because she knows, yes, we know how politicians steal money. Nancy
Right.
Pelosi, we understand they've been stealing money for years, but there's a level of intellect that they play to steal money. You didn't even do that. You didn't even, so you did it stupidly. So now they got to use you as a fucking lesson
An
because
example.
you didn't even do it smart. When I went through her financial, I was like, I know this. They coming. They just gonna let it ride because American. That's how they work. They let you build up.
They
And
got
there's so
very
many
comfortable.
videos of her talking about, basically Somalis first, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're American now. If you wanted to be Somali first, then you should have ran for office in Somalia.
She
We
couldn't. Her
here
family was
now.
her family was exiled. So
Mm.
she's an actually her family's exiled. They used to run a Somalia. Her family was exiled. That's how she's here. And I've always said this, right? This is something I'm really hoping passionately one day I'll get into office to do this or bring a bill forward. I think immigrants, if you're not at least third generation American, I don't think you should be in office. I think politics in America should be only residing for deep generation Americans because me as a Nigerian, if it's between Nigeria and America, we go to war. America first. I'm sorry. I'm here. This
I
is where
mean,
I
you
live.
pledge
This
your
is it.
allegiance with America once you come here and get your citizenship. So it's like all the stuff that we've seen recently that she's done, allegedly married her brother. I
It's
mean,
not
all the
allegedly. There's
things.
no allegedly. It's all facts. These are not
I'm
alleged.
just
These are
saying.
these are paperworks that back it up. Allegedly, if we want to use that term just to say it, but the paperwork is there. I
Right.
think that's what I mean by a lot of people come to America to be invaders. When I hear people who are in America, this is where you live. When I hear people in America be bragging about their country, but you don't live there. How is that possible? You don't live there and you're
Don't want
bragging,
to go back, ain't visiting, ain't doing shit
but you
to
talk so
build
much
up your
shit.
country, to make it a better place for the citizens there. You ain't doing shit.
But then you talk shit about Americans. That's what I'm always saying. I think one of the biggest issues I have is I think politics needs to be to Americans. I think I'm telling you, whenever I get the chance, as my platform gets bigger and then I get the opportunity, the first thing I'm definitely going to do is fight to remove first generation immigrants from politics. I don't think they should be there. I don't even think second gen. I think it should be down all the way down to fourth and fifth generations that should be allowed to run for office because
Well,
they're
you have
entrenched in
Somalis that say
America.
they ain't even black. I know
Yeah, they
black.
don't. They never
I
claim
know
black.
black.
They always
But
say
they
they're
be jet
Somali.
black. They be dark as you and I. And
They
sincere.
be
I
they
know
be
black. With
they be
cow.
jet black, and this is the same thing where it comes to like how they're trying to switch laws. Like everybody's trying to make America their country, and I'm like, America is not your country. America is America. It's America gives you the freedom to still celebrate your country, but
Right.
America is America. Like that,
It's
you
the land of
have to.
milk and honey.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, half the stuff a lot of these immigrants have the audacity and the pride to do in America. I'm like, go do it in your country. I want to see
They
you
won't.
confidently do it in. They can't,
They won't.
but they do it here. And I'm like, do you know who made it possible for you to have those big balls you have in America? Americans
Right.
did.
Mm.
Americans had those balls. Because you look at all the protests. Let me tell you, all the protests, if I'm lying, go through the protests. How many Somalis have you seen in any of the protests?
Right.
How many Somalis have you seen on any of the go through all the
Right.
pictures of the protests? How many
I have
Somalis
not
have you
seen
seen?
those foreheads. I have not seen those big foreheads standing out. I haven't.
Have you? If I'm lying, but they only know when to be an American when it benefits them. But when the things are going tough in America, everybody seems to just be like, oh, I'm
But it's
Somalian. Oh, I'm
also
this.
when things are going tough for Black Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because we've been in the belly of the beast. You know what I'm saying? So it's now that all these other groups are going through what we've been going through with this the very government, the police, everything. Now you're talking about we're the Black Americans, you know what I'm saying? But where have y'all been? And I'm talking about in large numbers. This is not to say that there is not any that stand with us. I'm talking about in large numbers because
As a group.
anytime something
as a
happens,
girl.
to anyone, what's his name? Bontham, whatever his name, the one who got killed in his apartment in Texas.
Uh,
Botham John.
Botham John. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans was out there standing on business for that family, all for his brother to get on the stand, talking about he forgive and want to hug the very person that murdered his brother. I'm just saying.
and for me, I made a video and it's still going viral right now where everybody was kind of like eating me up. They were talking about everything that's going on and they were comparing it. I was like, I don't see no dogs. I don't see no water. I don't know why you're acting like it's that bad. It ain't
I
that
was
bad.
going to say they wasn't even here for the real work.
Like,
They
I
wasn't
really
here for
think
the
y'all
real
are
shit.
getting some cute shit. Y'all really not getting dogs and fucking water because of black people. Because I remember the real protests. I remember the tear gas. I remember the real shit. Because I don't see no clubs being brought out. I don't see dogs eating ankles.
I've been saying it. They've
I
been
said,
getting
I
handled
made a
with
post.
kid gloves.
I said, let's be honest. I think they're really being nice. I think it's quite Caucasian in the way that they're treating you people.
I
It's quite
agree. I
Caucasian.
1000% agree. But I'm
And
just saying, where's everybody else when we going through something? I mean, we had the whole Black Lives Matter, movement that turned out to be a finesse. You know what I'm saying? There hasn't been any real
it was a
advocacy.
finesse that was created by the dumbasses that fell for the coonery. And even at
Exactly.
that, I'm like, when I hear them trying to make it seem like, and I'm always going to say this to immigrants, nothing you're going through is even close to what people have really gone through in Black Americans. I don't see an Emmett Till situation. I don't see a
Henrietta
Jenkins.
Lacks.
Yeah, Henrietta
Lacks.
Lacks. Yeah, Henrietta. I don't see a Henrietta Lacks situation. I'm not seeing what do you call Lake Lanier or Lanier before it became Lake Lanier. I'm not
Right.
seeing Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm not seeing the shit y'all talking about. They just told you to go home, and these people wanted to leave.
Right.
Right.
These people wanted to leave, and they ain't let them leave. They're telling you to go, like they're flying you home, and you don't want to leave, and you're trying to compare it to Black Americans. Harriet Tubman was going through the trenches to secure her people to leave because they wouldn't let them leave, and
and
so
and a female that wasn't a fucking coward. She
like.
knew she knew what was at stake. You know what I'm saying? And she was still brave enough to do it multiple times.
What I'm telling you, it blows my mind. It blows my mind because when I say these things, people are like, "Oh, you're so insensitive." I'm like, "No, bitch, I'm factual." We live in a
Why
world.
do
We
you think
become
though they can challenge foundational Black American talk shit, whatever you want to call it? But when those Asians and East Indians and things like that is over there beating them with bamboo sticks and shit, all of a sudden, they don't have that smoke where you are the majority. We're only allegedly 13% of the population here between man and woman in multiple states, just in this country, period. You're there where you're the majority, and you have 1-2% of the population over there beating your ass with a bamboo stick, and you refuse to hit back.
girl, like I said, I think these conversations, I think that's why I'm more educated and I'm happy more FBAs are building their platform, speaking up and standing up. I think, you guys have definitely fought a lot. And I think to me, what I see, right, I think FBA's got to a point, I think within the last 10 years, you guys are tired. It's like you've been fighting for
Yes.
fucking 400 years, you've been fighting, right? At a
And for
point, like,
everybody. for
Thank you.
including ourselves, but we've been so inclusive to the point where we've neglected ourselves.
No,
We've
you have.
neglected ourselves
We we part
politically.
we
We've
participated in our
neglected
own
ourselves
erasure.
economically and
Yeah, you
everything.
did. You did, because even like one of the things I'm hoping that Trump really comes after is birthright citizen. I'm hoping he takes it away. I'm really hoping he removes birthright citizen, because that's when we're going to see who the 14th Amendment was really for. And I think we really need to hold off on remove birthright citizen. Like, I think Black Americans have really been marginalized. They've been pushed to the corner. Everyone steals from Black Americans. You look at the Mexican hip hop scene, the reggaeton hip hop scene, the Japanese K-pop. Everyone steals from Black people and then goes to their segregated corners and acts like their shit is popping, and they can never sustain it because it's bullshit. And even at that, look at Cardi B. Every time I'm like, that bitch is not Black, and y'all be eating this bitch up like she is not Black. And if she's so cool, why isn't she cool in her Spanish community? Why isn't she big in her community and there? But when you say
I
this,
wouldn't go to that bitch concert if it was free.
girl,
Because
I wouldn't
first of
even
all,
go to with
Claudia
him in
can't
front of
even
my
talk.
house.
You don't understand what the fuck she's saying. Not to say that she doesn't have she has a song or two that, pops or whatever. You hear it on the radio, you're like, oh yeah, I can fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? But do I look at her like I would look at MC Light. Who else?
She's not a
Missy
lyricist. She's
Elliott.
not a
Like, I
rapper.
don't
She's a
put her up here, is
recitalist.
what I'm saying. And it's not because she's not FBA. I don't understand the bitch, and she ain't saying nothing.
And
That's
she's
just what it
disrespectful.
is.
And it's not even just disrespectful. For me, one of the issues I had with Cardi B beyond that is I hate the fact that she always uses the word nigga. And I know that
I
sounds funny,
agree.
because even me, right, as an African, I understand that I have some kind of leeway on me saying it because of how I look. But I always found it crazy that she always felt so comfortable. And I'm like, one thing I always say is, just because you suck Black dick doesn't make you Black. Just because you birth Black
Yeesh.
kids doesn't make you Black. And I feel like people know who makes shit cool. Kim Kardashian became cool once she fucked Ray J on camera. Once she
Let's tell the
started dating
truth.
Kanye. If Kim Kardashian would have fucked the white boy, Kim Kardashian would not be here today. It
No.
was the fact that she was a white girl that fucked a Black guy on camera. That
Yep.
was what, because Paris Hilton fucked a white guy and no Black person watched
Nobody
that
cared
video.
about that
No
tape.
one cared. We were like,
Man.
Nobody
okay,
cared
it's two
about
white.
that fucking tape.
It's two white people having sex. Okay, mayonnaise. We kept it pushing. But as soon as it was Kim Kardashian and a Black guy, it was like, oh my God, what the fuck? It blew the whole entire thing off the roof. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people know that Black people are magical. And I've always said this. No matter how much they try to play Black people like y'all are not it, there's magic in the veins and there's magic in the culture. And people know they need it in order for them to be made. If Black people say you're cool in music,
You're
I don't
cool.
give a fuck. That's it. You've made
You're
it.
cool.
If Black people give you the okay, and I don't care who wants to lie about this, when Black
If they
people,
we co-sign it, it's cool.
if a Black person co-signs your songs, your music, you're cool. That's how a lot of people come. That's why they come in and then they leave. As soon as they make it, then all of a sudden they're no longer
Come on.
affiliated.
Cardi B
That's
shouldn't
why they
even
try
be up
to.
right now, considering she was calling dark-skinned Black women roaches and stuff before
That's
she
what I'm
popped.
saying.
Remember, she was hopping all up. She was known for jumping on Instagram, always trying to dog walk Black women and calling Black women roaches and dirty and all the racist tropes that Black women are called. She was known for doing that shit. And then you also have this bitch who was on there talking about having Black men, because she only date Black men,
Yeah.
raped, you know what I'm saying, and all kind of stuff, drugged and raped and stuff like that. And there's been no consequences for that.
It's not even just it's just like this, and this is what I say to it. It's like, okay, girl, we get it. Like, she said she grew up in New York. She grew up in
So,
the hood, whatever. But I remember when she first came out, which is funny because her PR team tried to scrub this from the internet. She used to
mhm.
come out all the time and say how she wasn't Black. She used to talk about it all the time,
Yes.
how she wasn't Black.
Uh
And
huh.
now you can't really find those videos anymore. When she first came out, she used to making sure that she's not
Now
black.
she's
Then all
Afro
of a sudden,
Latina.
yeah, then she said she's Afro Latina. Her parents are black, and like she came from the Caribbean. That's when she made that whack ass Caribbean song, and she was trying to prove that she's Afro Caribbean when she was in the water. I don't know if you remember that song, but I remember the facade that got to this point. So I think that's what when I tell black people, you need to be more gatekeeper on your power. You guys need to be
But
more
that's the thing.
gatekeeper.
We've always been free hearted. I think we're learning that now, but we've
Yeah.
always, that's why I don't understand this whole xenophobic or, black people don't like Africans and all these things when we have been the most welcoming people in this world. If I'm in LA, there's a little Ethiopia here. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's a very small area where they have a bunch of Ethiopian restaurants and stuff, but I haven't encountered a bunch of Africans on a regular basis. However, when I've always referred, hey, cousin. You know what I'm saying? I've always, what I'm saying, tried to make it where, I don't see you different than me because I see this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
me.
never wanted an
Literally.
African to feel uncomfortable or whatever, but I noticed the distance. Like, it wasn't, I'm welcoming you and I'm saying, hey, cousin. It's like, that little
They
side
give you the
smile, but it's like, I'm not fucking with you.
and I think that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that I can educate more Africans so that we can teach each other, right? I think we need to definitely teach each other. I think it needs to be a melting pot of us growing as a community. One, I talked about this before, growing up African, and the truth that I had to accept is that Africans played a role in slavery. We played a
Yeah.
role in the slavery trade, and even though we try to hide our hands, but a lot of that we did. Like my ex-husband's family, his great-great-grandfather, all the bloodlines, what really made me research is when I got married to him, the family would brag about their last name, how powerful it was, and how they're in the British library and the monarchy recognizes. I'm like, the monarchy only recognizes slave traders and
Mm.
business people. So I was very like perturbed about it, and I did my research and found out yes, he was a slave trader. So and all of this, oh, what is that?
Sorry,
Buster
y'all.
up.
Sorry, y'all.
What you
Nah,
doing?
I'm
Like,
nah,
okay.
nah, because somebody was saying something in the chat. I'm gonna play that in a second.
Okay.
But go
But
Okay.
ahead.
yeah, so when I did my research on that and I started reading more, a lot of West Africa played a big role in slavery. And I think we need to heal that wound, and we can't do it by thinking we're better. We need to first acknowledge we made mistakes. I always acknowledge, I'm like, hey, man, people made mistakes, but now I'm here to teach my cousins. I'm here to build with my cousins, and that's just that.
We haven't got dual citizenship. They haven't opened up. We can't go over there, and do business and things like that without a
Yeah, they
badge.
won't let
You
you.
know
They
what I'm
don't
saying? They
even
ain't
make
doing
it
that
easy.
shit.
They don't even make it easy. They don't even have the infrastructure to
Right.
make it where, and they need the black buying power. I always tell my Africans, I'm like, you actually need to heal with them because their buying power is really the way to help the country evolve and build infrastructure. You need the educated blacks to come home and build. All you guys want is the Chinese, the white, the Russian, the air. That's the only people you guys see and give respect to in the business world. But a lot of black people have a
They
lot of
can't even
business skills.
they can't even regulate their anti-blackness enough to try to finesse.
Or
Mm-mm.
even
It
to get
it
on
it,
code
it
with each
gotta just
other.
spews out.
Right. And also to get on code with each other because of the tribalism over there. They're divided over there by the umpteen, freaking tribes that they have. And then when you do have, a corrupt government such as you do, and you're in a continent where the majority of the people there are black, and that's where you're experiencing most of your negativity. I kind of understand why they look at each other in that way, but they don't
Mhm.
understand that you have to get educated so you understand that is also orchestrated by the white supremacists.
Thank you.
Hmm.
They
Because when
put
I go
those
to
puppets
Nigeria,
in place.
I don't ever see myself like I when I got to Nigeria is when I really learned about tribalism. I never gave a fuck. I see this color, but
We
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 in
we
here. Like
cousins.
I never really cared too much about like what's the nitty gritty of where you come. I'm just like we partners. As soon as I see
Right.
anybody that looks like this, we partners. I understand in some way, shape, or form there's some connection there. So I think like that's what I'm pushing for. People can say I'm pandering, people can say whatever, but I think in order to fix West Africa, I know my country, I think we need to bridge that gap. I think the wounds need to be definitely healed, and we need to really connect.
Well, that's what
And I
the
know
1965 Civil Rights Act was about. You know what I'm saying? When black people were fighting for that, we wanted to make sure, our brothers and sisters from the continent and the Caribbean, could come over here as well. And we wanted that as reinforcement against the white supremacists. And
And
instead,
they used it
unfortunately, our
against you.
cousins came here and aligned with the white supremacists and started shitting on us.
Yep, yep. And
big
that's what I'm
facts.
trying to fight against. Yep.
And I know in one of the videos that I reposted of yours, you were saying the reason why you think West Africa is cursed. And I want you to get into that. But before you do that, I want to respond to what somebody was saying in the chat
Okay.
about the Busta Rhymes thing.
Okay.
Let me
Are you trying to
just
deny it?
because somebody in the chat was saying that Busta Rhymes never denied, never tried to hide being Jamaican. We just didn't know he was Jamaican. We just think everybody that looked like us is us, so we assumed he was Jamaican, but he
No, we
wasn't
know
trying to
that's not
hide it.
true.
So I just want to debunk that in real time.
Okay.
With this video right here, where his ass was up here lying and being disrespectful towards Black Americans, but he admitted that he was ashamed. So let me just play this real quick.
Community, the Latino and the West Indian has the greatest influence, and we've always had, and we'll always will, and it's just been that way. So I've actually been influenced by the Latino community, which allows me to feel that much more comfortable putting my West Indian influence in my music, because they made me feel that much more proud to be like, yeah man, me's a Jamaican, and I say it, but I'm just saying, a lot of the times.
So it was the Latinos that had to put a battery in his back for him to even feel comfortable repping his own culture. And that's such a contradiction, because you up here saying that the Latinos and the Caribbeans are the ones that got all of the culture, and Black Americans don't have any culture, but you were afraid to even rep your culture until the Latinos put the battery in your back. So which one is it?
Which one is it?
That's the thing. We live in the year of Aquarius, where all the liars are going to be,
The year of
broadcasted.
exposure.
It's a year of exposure, and people are gonna hate it, because that's like, I think that's what really got into me this year, is the fact that, like, I think it really is the year of the fucking Aquarius, because the anger I felt this year that motivated me to start speaking is like the hypocrisy and the tomfuckery has reached its level. Like, but they only know how to make money off of Black people. They only know how to make money off of Black people, not to benefit Black people, just to come and steal. That's it.
Yeah. It's always a one-sided thing. Whatever you could get. Other than that, y'all the first ones to delineate.
Thank you. Always. Look at Essence Festival. Who ruined it?
Oh,
Africans.
man.
Wow.
Who
Oh,
ruined the
man.
Essence Festival? Africans.
That's a fact.
When I
But
brought it up last year, all the Kenyans were angry, but I'm like, yeah, they gave it to a Kenyan woman and she made it African instead of Black. Why was the Essence Festival actually created? Because Black people wanted something to promote their Black businesses, their culture, because they were segregated out of the white businesses, and especially in hair and beauty and things of that nature. They created their own thing, and it took one African to destroy it.
okay.
Why? Because they came in and removed Black people from their roots.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, in the video you were saying you feel like West Africa is cursed. Why is that?
Because of slavery. West Africa is cursed because of slavery. The role that they played in slavery, and the fact that they still haven't acknowledged their part in it, and they still try to hide it, and they think that they can just hide it, and somehow, somewhere, everything is going to be just okay. I think, especially in my country, like Nigeria played a big role in slavery, and I think until the people, the generational curse breakers like myself, who speak up, hold our people accountable, bridge the gap, apologize, and build that, reconnect the tribes and reconnect our people. I think the country will remain fucked up and it will remain cursed.
So yeah, some spiritual ramifications behind that.
Very spiritual.
Yeah.
People think religion is spirituality, but spirituality is something you feel, you're in tune to, and I feel it. I feel it in every single inch of my bone. The disconnect comes from the disrespect of those who were sacrificed.
Yes, indeed. You good, Nicey?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, you're back. Yeah.
No doubt. Well, look, man, y'all made my job real easy tonight. Y'all was cooking in here. Y'all was
No,
cooking
she
in
was
here.
cooking. She was
I'm over here.
definitely
I'm over
cooking.
here just chilling. I throw
Thank
throw
you.
throw a little
This is
alley oop
something
here and
that's
there.
very passionate for me. I mean, I think, I really didn't want to become an activist. I just wanted to be an artist and wait till I blew up as like a really big artist and start talking. I didn't think my activism would start this early, but you know what? Fuck it. We're in here. Let's do this. I'm very passionate about this because living in Texas here is really what makes me even more passionate. I see the way that Black Americans are being marginalized out. I see the war, the secret war, or the baby war that I think is building against Black Americans. And I think you got to catch it early. You got to catch it early because if you play it like it's a small thing, it'll never happen. That's when boom. Next thing you know, it's full blown. So I'm hoping that we can wake up more Black people. We can wake up more foundational Black people to put some pride in their back, more respect in their culture. I think yeah, like I want the anger of FBAs to really be so that you guys can start checking a
Righteous,
lot of shit. I think
righteous anger.
yeah, I think the righteous anger needs to be because a lot of this shit needs to be checked early, like super fucking early.
Super. Well, that's what we on now, and that's where everybody's going crazy. What is your thoughts though on reparations, specifically here in America for foundational Black Americans?
Good
I think
question.
Africans need to start the reparation. I think
They did.
reparations is. I think
So they have
Africans need to.
CARICOM and they
Hmm.
have CARICOM and NCOBRA, which does not include foundational Black Americans at all. But you do have non-FBAs that are in higher positions, Congress seats, assembly seats, mayors, governors, etc., who says, well, we should not get here unless they're included, but we're not included in theirs.
So what
Well,
did you
see,
mean? What did you mean by you said you think it should start with the Africans? What you mean by that?
I think it should start with Africans. Africans need to give reparations to Black Americans in the way that they make it so that Black Americans can come home. They need to make it more an apology. Like I would say Ghana kind of did that, but it's still financially beneficial because they did it out of money. If they really wanted to, they could have just gave away.
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's a
It's
scam.
cap.
It's
The
definitely
right
a
to
scam.
abode is a scam.
Yeah, it's a scam because if it was really them doing it for Black Americans, they would have just made it where it was very easy to get it as long as you prove your birthright is in America and you're Black American. You would have been able to get your passport and just do your processing fee
Right.
and call it a day. That would have been it. But it's a scam in itself. I think Africans need to really create an entryway of welcoming back the Black American Foundation of Black Americans back home, and the reparation needs to start there, whether it's from making it where businesses they get some kind of discount in starting businesses, business loans to come and start businesses in the country, where there it is to come and buy property and like be able to do real estate. I think there needs to be some kind
They
of
can definitely
uh,
make a pathway, some type of
yeah,
pathway. For us, though, home is here. But
yeah,
we don't mind coming over there and doing
yeah,
business. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Doing
yeah.
real, legit, business with one another. Because that's what
I
I feel
think
like
so.
that's what it should be.
It is.
But
It is.
home for
It should
us
be
is
a
here.
trade route. I think there should be
Right.
a trade line
Hmm.
open between Black Americans and Africans.
Exactly.
And I think what that's the first reparation. Before I even go after the white man and say the white man needs to do, I'm not
I
white.
want it from
I
everybody.
yeah, I'm not white, but I
Run, I
can't
need my
and
money.
you have the right to ask for that. But for me as an African, I can only speak as an African where I think that needs to be. I think the
Yeah, but
trade
you know
line.
what? The British, that British crown, oh, y'all. You know
No,
what I'm
they
saying? The
don't.
French, oh, y'all.
No, they
You know
don't.
what
Ooh,
I'm
she
saying?
said no they don't. Let me hear
No,
that.
they don't.
What?
Let me
No,
hear
they
that.
don't. No, they don't. I think that's part of the issue that we have is like the pity, the insipid need of pity. We claimed our independence, and the reason why we're in a shithole isn't because of the British or the French. It's because of our politicians and our ignorance and the fact that we refuse to structure and civilize. So no,
Who
they don't
took
owe us
everything they
shit.
stole?
Still what? We've had how many years to rebuild? We have more than enough to rebuild, but we lack infrastructure and structure. The fact that we have a Nigerian oil and we pull oil, we export it to get clean, then we bring it back to sell. and we sell it higher to the people. Like, it's the business model is stupid. It's just we have an infrastructural problem, but it has nothing to do with the British or the French. It's also people are bad business people. Like, America is one of the greatest corporations that's ever run. Even though it's a country, it's a corporation. That's why they're powerful. America's military infrastructure, they spend a GDP of a small country, trillion, what, $1.2 trillion, if not more. I'm sorry, way more. Yeah, $1 trillion a year on infrastructure. We lack business people who understand what it means to, like, having a country is a business. A country isn't just a home, it's a business. That's what it is.
But
And we
other
have
groups seem to come over there and do business just fine. So why can't the
no,
people there do it?
they can't do it because they lack business ethics. The thing is, people don't understand that business ethics is really imperative. You see what Trump is doing now? People think it's all this stuff. It's business. What he's doing right now is playing a business game. And if I were to talk about American politics right now, we're really fighting the British, but we don't want to have that conversation quite yet. Everything that we're going through right now is secretly we're fighting the British. What is the war in Iran? BP oil, British petroleum oil. That's one of the things that is underneath all this fight is British petroleum. When America was established its independence, see, I'm a historian, so I really love these things. When America established its independence, the Boston Tea Party that led to the independence of America, that was one of the key things that created a rift in the British Empire for America. We are the girlfriend that got away. We are the girlfriend that got away from the British Empire and got too big, right? And they're not feeding off of it. Right now, Europe is broke. Europe is on the brink of poverty. And they thought they could do that by pulling America apart by deindustrializing, destabilizing our industries, right? By pulling everything away from America so that they can break America. But America has great businessmen. America has great businesswomen and great businessmen because they've always operated in a business sense. That's why they left. And the geniuses that built the 13 colonies and came here, they were the greatest businessmen, right? The whole Congress, our three branches of legislation, executive and judicial, is business. These are all business checkpoints. So everything that we're going through right now, Hamilton Davis says it best. America was built where citizens, it was in a creator environment. We created a citizen environment where we were creators. Citizens were seen as gods and creators, and they were allowed to create infrastructure and build.
The
Unlike
ingenuity
the
of the people. Yeah.
Yes. Unlike the British see the citizens as burdens. They see them as like nuisance to the crown, and that they're really there to make the crown richer. Unlike America, the way that they operate, right? What did that do? When America's infrastructure and how America was designed started working, and the British, it wasn't working for the British had to design a way to destabilize us. What we're really fighting right now is the British influence. Everything that we're going through, even right now with what's going on in the Supreme Court, people are saying, oh, it was China's, Russia's influence. No, it's the British influence in our Supreme Court that try to remove the tariffs. Because the tariffs are beneficial to America to regain the financial power that America has over the world. This war right now with Iran has to do with BP, the oil trade line that has been funding the British Empire. This is a monarchy fight, but they can't come out and say it's a monarchy fight because, well, the British is our ally, right? The best advice you've ever heard, Machiavelli: keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. We keep our enemies closer because the British would never really let go of America for walking away. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. We could be here all night talking about these things and building on all of these things. But listen, we definitely appreciate you coming through with the
Thank
energy,
you.
with the energy, and just
Thank
showing
you.
respect to the lineage and all of that, and
Thank you.
shining light on some of the things that firsthand growing up. What I'm saying,
Right.
as a Nigerian woman and all of that. And so much respect to you for that. But let
Thank
everybody
you.
know where they can follow you
Follow
at,
you.
your TikTok, your music, all of that type of stuff.
You can find me on everything. Miss Jorji ABG, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, well, not Twitter anymore, but X. I'm on everything. My name, if it pops up, Miss Jorji, just look me up on everything. Literally, that's it right
Georgia.
there. Yeah, that's it, Miss Jorji ABG. And I just want to say thank you so much for letting me share a moment of your platform.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate the two of you. Make sure y'all go listen to my new single, Young Guy, and tell me
Absolutely. I
what
was
you
gonna
Young
say
think.
guy.
about that.
Yes. Make sure you guys listen to it and tell me what you think. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so
And is
much.
your single listed on all streaming platforms?
Everywhere, girl, I'm
Everywhere.
international.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you guys.
All right, thank you. We appreciate you, beloved. We'll chop it up
Bye.
again soon.
Okay, bye.
All right.
All right.
All right,
And
y'all.
so I just want to say a couple of things here to the chat. Number one, because I've been reading some of y'all
Me
comments,
too.
and the thing is this. Um, she was very respectful. You know, she's very passionate. Um,
Yeah.
she's very respectful to the lineage. I think some of y'all are very nitpicky and y'all looking for somebody that you're gonna agree with point for point on every single thing.
Right.
There's many things that she said that I would disagree with. There are nuances to this conversation. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? There are many things that she said, well, especially when towards the end when we started talking
Reparations
about
for them.
some of
I
the
don't
some of the
agree.
historical things and all of that stuff, and
Right.
um, you know, us going back to Africa and all that. Yeah, yeah. There's many things that we're going to disagree with on certain things, but the point is, she's coming from a good place. She's not coming
Right.
from a place of trying to undermine or trying to, anything like that. At least it doesn't appear that way to me. I'll say that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what some of y'all are looking for. She's not just because she's somebody who's respectful and what I mean, she's not a tether doesn't mean that she's some savior or some leader that
Right.
we're
She's
looking
one
for to
person too.
uphold. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're not looking for her to come and uphold our delineation movement for us or anything like that. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that she's in agreement with many things, what I'm saying, that we got going on and all that. That's cool. That's fine. But we don't really need anybody outside of us to co-sign anything that we got going on. We good already.
Exactly. And remember what we also say when with the white supremacists, right? Come tell me what the other white supremacist is talking about.
Right.
Right? So she's doing the same thing with the tether class. She letting us know what it is.
Right.
No, they have not seen no freaking video or whatever that tells them to stay away from the Akata and all that bullshit. That was an ideology that they got from their parents because they look at white people as gods. It had nothing to do with us. They just
Right.
didn't want to get aligned with us because if you align with the Akata, you're gonna start being treated like the Akata. So they thought that kissing white ass was gonna give them some type of favor with the white supremacists, is what I gather from her conversation.
Mm-hmm. And so quickly, because we are going to wind this thing down. I just dropped the link. I want to get a couple of y'all on to give thoughts, comments, questions about tonight's broadcast. And I don't want nobody to come on and be too long winded. By the way, you're gonna have to make
Please.
your comments brief. Just come on and say what you got to say and keep it moving. I'm just gonna get a couple of y'all on here. So the first couple of y'all to click that link is pinned to the top of the chat right now. If you want to hop on real quick before we get out of here
And while
and
you're waiting for that, I wanted
add
to
on.
read this news story. This came out of Florida. There was two boys, 12 and 15, with 12 through 15, charged as adults in connection with the grape with a G, which
Yeah, I
y'all get it,
saw that.
of a 12-year-old in their hometown. And sadly, these are non-FBAs, by the way, but authorities said Josiah Jones, 12, shoved a rock in the girl's mouth so she couldn't scream, while Nelson Nunez, 13, actually
Mm,
assaulted her. A third boy, Xavier Tyson, is accused of participating as well. He was 14 at the time. While police arrested them on juvenile charges, the next day, all three are now charged as adults following a grand jury indictment issued on Wednesday. Court records show that they were booked in the Metro West Detention Center on Thursday, and Jones Nunez appeared in adult bond court on Friday, where a judge ordered them to be held without bond. Tyson, now 12, was initially believed Friday to be charged solely as a juvenile, but Miami-Dade prosecutors confirmed that afternoon that he was indicted on adult charges as well. This is absolutely sad.
that's a crazy ass story right there, man.
And they
Crazy ass
look
story.
like children. To be honest, y'all, they look 12, 13 years old. They
Yeah,
look like little kids.
yeah. And my first thought when I seen that was, what the hell they been through? I can't imagine.
Right.
what, and not trying to give them no pass or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, you hurt people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And especially when it's kids like that doing some shit like that. What the hell is going on in their house?
Right.
What happened to them at such a young age to be, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was a crazy story
That
right
was
there.
crazy. And where do you
But
know to do something like that? Like, who you learn that from?
that's what I
What's
mean.
going on in your house, the community, or whatever the hell?
That's what I mean. But shout out to Salik Bay 8300 with the $19.99 super
Thank
chat.
you.
I appreciate that. Good looking out. And so far, nobody has clicked the link. So I guess y'all good. Y'all good. Nicety,
We're good.
Nicety and Miss Jorji done made it plain out here. It made it plain out here tonight. And no more need to be said, I guess. I'll give y'all a couple more minutes because I know there is a little delay in the chat. I'll give y'all about 2 more minutes before somebody hop on here. And if not, we're going to go ahead and end it. But by the way, we
Right.
appreciate everybody tapping in with us tonight.
Appreciate y'all.
I think we had almost like 700 people in the live chat at one point. We still got over 400 of y'all in the chat right now. So make sure that y'all hitting that like button. Make
Share
sure that
this
y'all
out.
hitting that like button. And let
And
me
also,
see.
don't forget to go back to Cynthia's live broadcast yesterday with Brooke and our other sister. I can't think of her name. My apologies, but make sure you
K
guys check
Fighter
that broadcast out. And then there's going to be a part 2 this coming week. So make sure you
tomorrow.
guys are checking that out
Tomorrow, yeah. So we did it.
tomorrow.
We did it with the ladies yesterday. Sister Brooke,
Tomorrow is
I
with the
think she's still
guys.
in the chat, and K Fighter. And tomorrow we're gonna have President Divine and the brother Tad from Brooklyn on, and we're gonna continue reacting to the video from Dr. Umar Johnson and his whole Dafa scheme that he's running right now. But we got
Yeah, it ain't even
me
connecting like that.
we got me up in here, and
What's
we
up,
got my
me?
brother Cool Keezy in the building. Cool Keezy,
And cool
I'm coming to
Kizzy.
Colorado. I'm coming to Colorado this week. Cool Keezy, I'm gonna be out there in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Me and my family, we going on a ski trip. We land in Denver, but we gonna be, what's the name of that town we going to? Frisco or something like that.
Oh, you going up top? Yep.
Yeah. But we got Sister Me. That's your name. You
What's up,
want us?
sis?
That's what you want us
I
to
just
call you,
put me
Me.
because I didn't feel like typing nothing. But
What
it's
what, what what can we
world's
call
best
you? What can
braider.
we call you, beloved?
World's best braider.
The world's best braider. Where you from?
Hey,
I'm from Chicago.
You from
what's
Chicago?
up? Shout out to Chicago.
Your family from Mississippi?
I know my grandfather is from Mississippi, and then my grandmother's from like New Mavic, Missouri.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So real quick, let me just shout out to FBA Carl B. Miller, 1249 with the $49.99
Thank
super
you.
chat. Appreciate that. And shout out to J. Joe, I think is how you say that, 4040. Black Fist owned comic company Milestone Comics. Wait, is that your dude from out there in California? Let me see. Black
Who?
owned comic company Milestone Comics, company that made Static Shock, that DC tried
Mm-mm.
to allegedly sabotage by leaking its content to reduce its sales. DC Comics Dakota incident. We can get Static. I thought that was the brother that we interviewed
No.
before that got the comic store out there. But
Oh yeah,
J
no, that
J
wasn't.
J Joe, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. We might have to get you on to talk about that. That sounds interesting. But go ahead, world's greatest braider.
Yes. I was just wondering, why do Africans come to America and tell us to go to Africa, and they don't want to be there? And
Mm.
then when they do come
Great
here,
question.
yeah. And then my other thing is, why do they feel we should go to Africa and build Africa when they don't do it?
Good question.
Yeah, those are my
Good
I
questions.
think it's
question.
I'm gonna answer for them because we have a history of being builders. You know what I'm saying? We got receipts. You know what I mean? But do I think that it's selfish of them to expect us to come over there, and help them build up something and get nothing in return is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You haven't done anything for us. You guys sold us into slavery. So, you know what I'm saying? So what are you guys going to do for us? We already did enough with allowing you guys to come here via the Civil Rights Act. We've done enough.
Yeah, and we
And then
lazy accountants anyway.
my last thing is, in my opinion, if you sell something, then it's not yours anymore. Sold
Agreed.
us, so we're not theirs anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Right, I agree.
There it is. Appreciate that, beloved. Thank you for coming on, sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I don't know how to sign
I
off.
got you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Brother Cool Keezy, what's your thoughts about tonight's broadcast?
I thought it was good. I kind of came in a little late, but
Turn your phone sideways if you can.
sideways.
Put it on
Okay.
landscape
No, not
mode.
him sideways.
Can't put it on landscape mode?
Landscape wall.
All right, forget it. Just talk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Well, basically, I came in at the end of the show, and basically, I was probably one of the people that was kind of critical in the comments, but not really.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Like you said, I kind of disagree with some of those points, so I was just being vocal about the disagreements,
right.
and just I think for other melanated people to kind of get more educated, because that sister sounded like she had some sense. She had some
Mhm.
good stuff. She was talking good, but you could tell somebody that hasn't read compensatory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Nelly
You could
Fuller.
tell, and
Yeah.
that makes a
Yeah.
difference. That's shout out to Neely Fuller for that, because that got us understanding things in a different light, and
Mhm.
it kind of sucks when people don't see it the way you do, but it's up to us to be able to articulate those things
Indeed.
and
Indeed. And
keep
I,
it.
Right.
I and I didn't see your comments, but I could understand if you came in toward the end and heard some of that where the disagreements were. Because again, even the some of the things that she was saying about, the British not owing Nigeria anything, I would even disagree with some of that. And
I
like you
agree.
said,
I agree.
like
Get
you
your
said,
money.
that again, that goes back to Nelly Fuller. When you don't understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything else that you understand will only
Yeah,
serve
we'll
to
confuse
confuse
you.
you. You know what I'm
I put that
Mhm.
saying?
in the comments too. I put that in
So
the chat.
yeah, there was a little bit of that. There was definitely a little bit of that, but I'm not looking at whether you got all of the information correct point for point. I'm looking at where are you coming from? Are you coming from a genuine place? Are you coming from a scheming, scamming place? Or you know what I'm saying? Are you being
Right.
respectful? Are you not being respectful? I'm looking at just those principles
In my
of the
opinion, she seemed to
conversation.
be genuine, and she seemed to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you got to go back and watch the replay. She was spitting.
Yeah.
You got to go back and watch the replay. She was definitely
100.
spitting.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me. Shout out to
Appreciate you
the.
coming on,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Make sure y'all follow our brother Kukizi. All right, King. All right, family.
And before we get out of here, hold on. Before we get out of here, remember I have to make sure that you guys are supporting,
Send them
the
emails.
also supporting my brother Billion's godson for his assembly seat run here in Los Angeles District 55. If you guys have not yet, make sure that you are donating. I believe the link is in there. If not, I'm gonna put it on my Instagram anyway. So follow check my Instagram stories. I will put the link in there. This is a grassroots reparationist soldier, what I'm saying, that's actually that's definitely certified and on code, and we want to do whatever we can to get behind this brother, whether you are in LA or not. If he gets this assembly seat, it benefits all of Black America. Although the seat is in LA, it benefits all of Black Americans, because those are policies that will benefit all of us, not just LA. So just FYI, I'm going to be adding that to my stories, and guys can hit the link there. And if you have not already, follow him on Instagram at Billion Godson.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I'm trying to grab that link, Sister Brooks link too, because I definitely want y'all to follow up with sending out those emails.
Yeah, I send those out
That
weekly.
Sister Brooke got set up for us as well.
Yeah.
That though
You know,
these call to actions right here. All right, let me copy
yes.
this link. These call to actions right here are very important as well. So let me grab this link, grab that, copy, and I'm dropping the link right here in the chat. And so all you gotta do is click on that link, and you could just the emails are already prepared for you. What's going on? It's too big. Why is it not letting me? Put it in the chat. Yeah, it's not letting me put it in the chat. This link is not. I need a consolidated link. This one is too big. Pause. Brooke, if you still here, drop your link in the chat. If you still here. If not, y'all make sure y'all following Sister Brooke.
On
Hold
X,
on.
on she's on X, she's on TikTok, and she's also here on Instagram. So and also YouTube. Make sure you guys are following her on everything because she is definitely putting in that work for reparations.
Yep. Yes, indeed. So it's bit.ly/BREUCK call to action. There it goes. bit.ly/BREUCK call to action. And it's already in the chat. Thank you, brother Ish. Thank you. So yeah, the link is definitely is there in the chat as well. So yeah, y'all use that, and the emails are already prepared. All you got to do is just send them out. Send them out, and you can
That's
send
it.
multiple. You ain't got to be from New York. You ain't got to be
Exactly.
FBA. You know what I'm saying? And you could do it daily. You could do it daily. Just keep sending out them emails. Thank you, Cool Keezy.
Daily, weekly,
He
pick a
dropped the link
day.
as well.
Pick a day. If you're on social media every single day, then you should be sending it every single day because it literally takes literally a second.
Yeah, real quick, real quick. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, yep. They dropping the links in the chat now. But we're gonna go ahead and close this one out, man. This was a good one. Shout out to Miss Jorji for coming through. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. And appreciate all of y'all for joining us tonight as well.
Right.
Again, make sure y'all like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And always remember, family, we are not the master teachers. We only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new black media. And that does it for today. So we out of here. Peace
Peace
and black
and
love.
black love.